Hey guys, Mayflom here, and I've got this fun paper here. It's got some little 2x2 squares, and I want to make a quick and easy, super fun Valentine's Day card. So what I'm going to do is I've got my mat loaded. I'm just placing it on the paper here, and we're going to delete that. That was another project. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to select a square. I'm going to say add. I'm going to select hearts. And these hearts I'm going to resize. Now I didn't resize my square yet, but these I know I want to be under 2 inches, and I want 3 of them. And then the next step, I just need to pick which squares I want. And I think what I want to do is, let's see here. I think what I want to do is actually make this bigger. I want to make it about 6 by 6, just a little less than, and say okay. And then what I think I want to do is kind of offset it. Okay, so I've got, and then I'm just pulling these hearts out because I don't want them under there just yet. I think I've got 2 different ideas here that I'm playing around with in my head. And one of them is to do it directly so that it's the 6 squares, the 9 squares, just a certain way. The other part of me says to do it narrower, and look how we can do this. We're gonna go in here, push this button, and we can change the width. Okay, so we can change the width so that it would just be 2 columns, which I really like. I think I like that idea a lot. I'm gonna say okay. And then I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna resize these individually. So that one's gonna be little. Oh, that's gonna be cute. This one will be here, and again, we'll need to make it smaller. And this one I'm going to put right here and leave exactly as it is. Now we can click on zoom so that we can see how that looks in case we want to make any adjustments to it. I think I want to adjust those a little bit and say okay. Once we're good with it, once we're all happy, all we have to do is cut this out and then assemble. Okay, so I've got some double-sided adhesive on the back of this, and I have a 4.5 by 6 piece of cardstock that I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto. And then what I'm going to do, this is where it gets super fun. So I'm going to take some of these shapes. I just love that with this ScanNCut, I can just totally customize things in a way that's not hard. I just love that. Okay, so this is the one down here, but check this out. So these are actually different because it's this pattern on the back side of this paper, but I'm just gonna leave this alone. Now, if you wanted more pop, what are your options? You could ink the edges of these if you wanted. Like I could flip that, but I don't think I want to. I'm using a little bit of foam adhesive, so there's a little bit of pop. You could ink the edges. You could add stickers. You could color on it. I just love how this is, and what I'm gonna do is run stitching along each side, but I'm thinking also a few little sequins and beads. I used some white zigzag stitch there, just popped it in the machine, nothing special, all regular. Now what I'm gonna do is just go around. I've got some, it's not glitter glue, but it's kind of a dimensional glitter glue without the glitter. So not quite puffy paint either, but you get the idea. So I'm gonna go around the edges with that, just nice and thin. I'm also gonna put a few little dots here and there. That's fun. And then I'm gonna come in with a couple little beads and sequins. And I do actually have some glittery glitter glue that I'll add in as well. So this is up to you. However much or little you want to add in, you certainly can. You could skip this all together, to be perfectly honest. That's one of the things that I love about crafting like this with the ScanNCut. I don't always even need to put anything. Sometimes, and I'm putting a little bit at the edges of my stitching. And notice that I did a card here. I did not make a card. I made just a card front. That's intentional. That is so that I can now go in and trim this up more if needed, or do anything else that I need to do to it. No problems, okay? I won't have any problems with the stitching being inside my card or being a mess that needs to be cleaned up. Nothing like that awaits me because of how I designed this, and that's very, very intentional. So once I'm happy with my decorations And once everything is dry, I can and will mount this onto a card and it's ready for giving. I just love this use for those little pattern papers, those little 2x2 squares. You could make your own combination of this, and I love cutting out and then popping it back up. I just love what that does here. We could add some clear dimensional accents if we wanted. So many options. It's all up to you. Hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial, and happy little Valentine. I'll see you next time.